Imagine you're standing in your studio, a piece half finished on the bench, your inbox full of newsletters saying, "This one hack grew my sales overnight," and a TikTok whispering, "Just post 3 times a day." You're not lazy, you're overwhelmed because everyone's selling you a shortcut and none of them actually fit your business. I'm Larissa Worstiak, and my marketing agency, Joy Joya, helps jewelry brands thrive. Let's toss aside the one-size-fits-all playbook and create a marketing strategy that actually works. Get ready. It's time for your brand to shine in a sea of sparkle. This episode isn't about blaming you for wanting faster results. It's about freeing you from the pressure of chasing every hack. I want to show you how stepping off the hamster wheel of quick fixes can bring real, lasting momentum in your jewelry marketing. Let's clear this up first and foremost. As I said in the intro, you're not lazy, you're not unfocused, you're overwhelmed. Everywhere you turn, someone's trying to sell you a shortcut, a quick fix, a shiny little promise that says, if you just do this one thing, everything will fall into place. And I get it. When things are slow or uncertain or just plain hard, which they inevitably always some point are, of course you want something to work fast. But the truth that no one wants to tell you is that marketing quick fixes are costing you more than you think. And not just money, they cost you time, confidence, momentum, and maybe even your love for your business. Quick fixes don't always look like snake oil. Sometimes they show up in really subtle, seductive ways, like you copy someone's viral Instagram reel format, even though it doesn't reflect your voice. Or you launch a money-making Klaviyo automation you found instructions for on YouTube, but you're not even really sure what it's supposed to do or how to tweak it if it needs adjustments. You spend $300 on a quick turn ad campaign with zero strategy, just a pretty photo and a prayer. You install a chat now pop-up on your website because someone said it would increase conversions, but again, you're not quite sure how to use it effectively. And then after all of that, nothing changes. And even worse, you start wondering if you are the problem. Spoiler alert, you're not. The problem is the illusion that marketing is something you can shortcut. For some reason, and I'm still trying to figure this one out myself, marketing is one of those things that's incredibly easy to sell a dream around. It's a lot like the weight loss or fitness industry in that way. Most of the ads I see for quick fix marketing solutions remind me of before and after transformation photos, like for a gym or something. Here's where we started, barely any traffic, and now boom, 6 figures in 30 days. Sure, maybe a tiny percentage of businesses do get those results the same way with the gym photo. Okay, like 1% of people got that results. Sometimes under extreme or unsustainable conditions. But think about how many other business owners try the same strategies, don't see those results, and start to feel like they failed. So they start chasing the next trick, the next tool, the next viral formula. And the problem, again, none of these promotions ever include the full story. You don't see the brand's pre-existing audience size, their ad spend, how long they'd been building before that quote unquote overnight success, what their product margins were, or how much support they had behind the scenes. It creates a false sense of what's normal and achievable, just like the fitness content that skips over genetics, stress levels, lifestyle, and it leaves the business owner stuck in a loop of self-doubt and shoulds, wondering why nothing seems to work the way it was promised. When I see a jewelry business owner get swept up in a marketing solution that screams quick fix, my heart honestly sinks. Not because I think they're doing something wrong, but because I know how much time, energy, and hope They're about to pour into something that's unlikely to deliver. The truth is, there's often a teeny tiny, okay, let me be real, almost zero chance they'll get the monumental results that were promised. And it breaks my heart because I know that same time and effort and money could be channeled into something much more sustainable, something that actually builds momentum and confidence over time. But I get it. I really do. When marketing feels like a constant grind, the way it often does for a lot of people, and nothing seems to be moving the needle, of course, the idea of an instant win is really tempting. So, later in this episode, I'm going to walk you through how to spot a quick fix solution before you get pulled into the hype so you can stay grounded, empowered, and strategic in the way you grow. But right now, let me talk about the real cost of quick fixes. What are these band-aid solutions actually costing you? First is time. You spend hours learning the new tool, testing the thing, tweaking the post, and it doesn't move the needle. It costs money. You invest in the plug and play strategies that don't consider your brand, your voice, or your customer. It costs you confidence. This might be the worst one. When the easy fix doesn't work, you start to believe that marketing is just hard, or worse, that you're not cut out for it. It costs you creative energy. Every time you chase a new trend or tool, you pull attention away from your own storytelling, product development, or customer relationships. And it can cost you long-term growth because you're reacting instead of building. And without a solid foundation, nothing is ever really going to stick. I've seen it happen more times than I can count. Smart, passionate business owners wasting their energy chasing flash in the pan advice because it's marketed better than most of the jewelry out there. Let's not do that anymore, okay? So, what actually works? This is going to be the unglamorous truth about marketing that is not sexy enough to put in an ad on the internet. It's often consistent, strategic, and honestly, kind of boring. There's no dramatic before and after transformation, no viral overnight success, no aha moment where everything just clicks. But what there is momentum, clarity, confidence, and eventually results. When marketing works, again, it's not because you put some trending audio or you tried some growth hack that you found on YouTube. It's because the basics are being done well again and again and again and again and again. So what that looks like is getting really clear on your message. What do you want to be known for? What makes your jewelry different, not just in design, but in meaning, feeling, or intention? How do you want people to feel when they land on your website or see your posts? If you don't know these things yet, this is the work. And the work also is not just answering those questions one time and calling it a day, but revisiting those questions over and over and over and over again, year after year, evolving, growing, having like some deep inner conversations with yourself about your business and coming back to that. Not just answering the questions once, calling it a day and trying a hack, not creating more content, not buying or trying more tools, just having clarity. Because when you're clear, everything else becomes easier. The photos you choose, the words you write, the kind of customer you attract. It also means choosing fewer marketing channels and doing them really well. I'd rather see a jewelry brand totally crush it on Instagram and email than be meh across 5 platforms. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to try every marketing tip under the sun. You just have to show up with intention where your ideal customer is already spending time and then go deep there. This also means knowing when to pause or let go of platforms that aren't serving you. And that's not quitting, that's being strategic. It means creating systems, routines, habits, because I said very emphatically before, this needs to be done over and over and over and over many months, years, however long you want to be in business. And so systems help you maintain those habits and routines. 1 week, every week or two, with a message that feels aligned. However many posts a month, batch them, film them all at once. Spend a few hours on your calendar every month to review what's working and what's not. Again, those things are not glamorous. I'm not trying to sell you a dream here, but I'm trying to explain what that real work takes and what that stability looks like when you're building it. And all of those very unglamorous things ultimately make marketing feel lighter. They make it feel more doable, less like you're always behind. And systems are how you protect your creative energy so that you have room to breathe, to pivot, and to show up consistently so that you're not reinventing the wheel every week and chasing every hot new tip that you've found on the internet. And finally, it really means treating your marketing like a conversation, not like a performance. You're not in marketing to impress people. You're here to connect with people, to share what makes your work meaningful, to bring people into your world, not selling them. I mean, you are selling at the end of the day, but there's more than that. You're providing value, you're connecting. And when you let go of the pressure to be perfect or polished, that's where you make space for real engagement. And that's where real magic happens. When, let's say, someone reads your email and replies, "Oh, this really resonated with me," or sees a behind the scenes video and finally decides to follow you because you became more vulnerable in that moment and they connected with that. And those moments are the kind of impact that builds brands over time, not just likes and views. So, not flashy. You're not going to see massive growth in a week, but you're going to feel grounded and you will build trust. And over time, those small steps will compound into real momentum. Sustainable growth is always going to be temporary hype every single time. So at the beginning of this episode, I promised I would let you know, how do you spot a quick fix solution? Well, look out for how you're feeling first, because when you're already tired, overwhelmed, and unsure of what's working, that temporary hype can look a lot like a smart strategy because you're very vulnerable in those moments. So be in touch with your mindset and your mood. And then in terms of protecting yourself from wasting time, energy, or budget on something that sounds promising but won't deliver, one, ask yourself if it promises big results in a tiny amount of time. If you're being told that you'll get hundreds of new followers, thousands and thousands of dollars in sales, or a viral video within days or weeks, pause right there. Real marketing takes testing, refinement, and trust building. Anything instant, although it happens and it's not out of the realm of possibility, is either unsustainable or too good to be true. Number two, there's zero context about the brand behind the success of whatever case study or success story. If someone is saying, "This strategy made us 50K overnight," but doesn't tell you their email list size, the ad budget, how long have they been building the momentum for this? What kind of team resources do they have? What does the past audience engagement look like? All that is a major red flag. Without context, the results mean nothing for your brand, and there's no evidence that it can be replicated for you. Number three, when a solution focuses more on like hacks, then foundations. So tricks, gimmicks, something, the word viral, growth hack. If you hear the word hack, just run. These can support a strategy to some extent, but they're not a replacement for brand clarity, messaging, or understanding your customer journey. And number 4, if it makes you feel bad, if it makes you feel icky and like you're behind, and if you are suddenly doubting yourself or having FOMO or fear of missing out, urgency and fear are tools that some marketers use to get you to buy. But if a strategy makes you feel panicked or like you're failing, unless you do it right now, you buy the thing right now, that's emotional manipulation and not strategic support. Number 5, it skips over auditing, analysis, or long-term planning. Quick fixes rarely start with your business in mind. So if there's no effort to assess what you've already tried, what's already working, even if it's just a little bit, or where your audience is engaging, that's a huge red flag to me. A real marketing strategy always begins with context, looking at the data, identifying gaps, and building from there. If the solution jumps straight into implementation without any reflection, thoughtfulness, study at all, it's not strategic, it's reactive. This week, I want you to try one exercise. I want to challenge you to do a quick fix audit. So for the next 7 days, take just a few minutes at the end of each workday to jot down the marketing tasks that you worked on. Why are you choosing to do them? Are they part of a longer term plan that was already predetermined and based on some sort of insights and data? Or are you doing one or more of the things because you feel pressure, urgency, or FOMO? And how much time did all of those things take, whether they were connected to our long-term goal or more of a throw spaghetti at the wall moment? And then at the end of the week, review your notes and ask yourself, how much of your time does go toward chasing quick wins kind of things versus building toward long-term assets and strategy? And which tasks feel purposeful and which left you feeling kind of scattered or second guessing yourself? Then once you see the patterns, you can work on starting to change them and focus on sustainable long-term results. So you're not behind, you're not failing, you're simply in the middle of building something meaningful. And that, unfortunately, I wish it doesn't come with shortcuts. So forget those growth hacks. Don't pay attention to the ads that are trying to sell you quick fixes. You need a rhythm, a strategy, a marketing plan that respects your time, energy, and creative vision. So if a marketing promise sounds too good to be true, ask yourself, is this helping me build something real? Or is this just another shiny distraction dressed up as a solution? Let's start choosing depth. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos for even more tips.